Welcome, gardening comrades.
I went to my favorite nursery because I needed some hydroton. I was passing by the blackberries, and this one jumped in my cart talking about, you see me 50% off. So yeah, we at home now. Let's grow.
So, if you missed the intro to the video, it was me going to my favorite gardening center for not this Colombian giant blackberry, but it was on sale for half price, and yeah, you see it, $12.99, and I got it for $6.50. I'm geeked up. Let's grow.
Yeah, what had happened was the workers started working louder than the birds was chirping, so here we are. So as I was getting ready to get into this good plant party, I pulled my sleeves up and quickly pulled them back down because it was only 40 something degrees out there and I was cold.
Which reminds me, I forgot to say, plant party! Let's grow. I intentionally checked the roots of all my plants that I purchased outside in a different facility because of the fact that I previously purchased a grapevine and it had root knot nematodes that I had never experienced before, and I had to treat my 5-year-old grapevine and it eventually succumbed to the root knot nematodes. So every time I get a new plant, I go into the bottom third of the roots and I check them.
Grubs. Ew.
Yeah, I see y'all, and I got something for y'all too. Now I gotta plunder through these roots and soil and make sure I don't see no more of those grubs. Ew. Since those grubs were so big, I'm sure there were babies in the top of the soil that I couldn't see, so I'm breaking out my beneficial nematodes because I ain't got this type of time to do. Beneficial nematodes are not only my soil's pesticide, they also control bacteria, fungi, and other pathogens in the soil, keeping my soil healthy and me and my plants happy. And yes, beneficial nematodes can be used indoors in potted plants because they love
fungus gnat larvae.
Let me get my Shawnee scissor hands on real quick. If you know, let's grow. I'm just removing the old wood, old canes, whatever you want to call them, dead leaves, and anything that just don't look healthy on the plant. I don't know anything about blackberries. This is my first bush. I just seen it on sale for half off and said, yeah, I'ma try that. For those new to my vlog, I am G Mama Grows hard in the garden. Do me a favor and tap that like button to help support the channel. Thanks for scrolling through. I am a container gardener. I garden in small spaces and I'm a renter. So every time you see my gardening, it may be in a different spot, but it's still my garden. How I learned to decipher a beetle from a ladybug. A beetle is round like an egg, while a ladybug is round like a golf ball. Anywho, that's how I see them in my mind. My gardening zone is 6A. I am gardening in Ohio, and I also have a garden in Michigan, which the zone is also 6A. I started gardening in 2018 in deep water culture. Then I moved to soil in 2020. Then I went outside to start growing in containers in 2021. And here we are today. I'm still in containers and I'm growing everything from herbs to trees, indoors and out. I kept this cane because I think I see roots coming out of the bottom of this stem here. But anywho, I'm gonna stick it in the bottom of the bag and see if I can get it to root. Now that I've tucked that cane, let me grab this soil and backfill, and yeah, I'll be good to grow. The reason I stuck that Blackberry tip into the soil like that is because I read about a process called tip layering with blackberries, and that looked like a good candidate to try. I've seen my plants responding better with the more soil that I put in the container and packing it in real good. I've also been doing more intercropping, which you will see towards the end of my vlog, because my plants seem to do better when there's more soil covered than just having one plant per container. Yeah, so I got my stakes out and I'm ready to stake up my blackberry plant here. Does it need staking? Of course not. But because of my space on this good patio, I'm gonna be staking it up. Yep. So let's get this good plant party back to rocking. Well, I was going in there to see what you was doing, bro. I ain't got no treats. I'm just being nosy. Well, okay, well, that's enough. 'Cause, yeah, so right now I'm just rinsing down and watering the rice holes so they can stick to the soil and not fly away. My fault with all the jerkiness of this camera, but this gimbal is doing what it want to do, so let me figure this out right quick and I'll be right back. Plant party complete. Can't hardly see out here because of all this good sun, but yeah, we done. And I went on ahead and uncovered my plants for the next couple of days because it's gonna be in the 60s. G Mama grows hard in the garden. Yeah, you see it. Plant party! It's that time. Even though it's January the 28th, 2024. I'm in zone 6A. And the weather right now is 36 degrees with a high of 48 degrees Fahrenheit today. So I decided to come out here and plant my new plants that I have. And yeah, I get to it when I get to it, but these are Arctic raspberries. And they're supposed to be hardy all the way down to zone 2 up to zone 8. So I'm gonna put them in the same container with my yeah, here we go again, Blackberry. That's what this is. My Blackberry plant. And the reason I couldn't find my tag before is because it had slid all the way down into the bag. So I'm removing that and I have some new tags to put in. So let's get started with this good plant party, shall we? Yes.
we shall. My blackberry still shows promise. And my raspberries done came up. Both sets. Yes. Arctic raspberries. Let's grow berry pot. This is my blackberry and my raspberry pot. And it's been over in the corner and I haven't been able to see the whole thing. Just like this, what I'm looking at. And I turn it around and I got a whole part of my vine that has died. Like, I don't even know how that happened. It's just dead on that one all the way down. So I'm finna clean this up so I can get in here and see what's growing on real quick. Yeah, I gotta save my berries. That's what I gotta save. Yeah, so what I noticed is, oh, let me get this out the way right quick. Well, what is wrong with my little snippers? Bye. Thought they need to be sharpened. Cause how is this possible? And I was just cutting with y'all. Jeez. But anywho, what I noticed is my raspberries were being shaded out by my blueberries. So I had to remove some blueberry leaves. Blueberry. This is a blackberry bush. That's what this is. So these are Arctic raspberries right here. And they were being shaded by the blackberry. And same thing over here. Ooh, these flies. This is my other Arctic raspberry. And yeah, it was being shaded out. Okay, you gotta go too? I ain't tripping. So, yeah. That's what's growing on in here. And it appears to be dry. So, I'm gonna water it. And yeah. I'm glad I caught that because it was going down over here. My Arctic raspberries. This is the Beta. And this is the Sophia. On this side. So hopefully, ooh, look how thick that doggone marigold stem is though. It is thick. But anywho, we are done with the maintenance of my berries. And I'm glad I did it. I'm out. Thanks for viewing and happy gardening, comrades.